So by the way, we are also live on LinkedIn, and there are many people on Zoom and many people on LinkedIn. So welcome all of you. Now I hope my screen is visible. Okay. So good evening. Today's our topic is win more referrals from your clients. And we will also show you or share with you a structured referral management system for mutual fund distributors. And this is going to be our agenda, what we are going to cover today. So once upon a time, these are the points that we will cover in agenda. Then we want to discuss who can be a referrer, then something interesting, then referral challenges, what people face. Then we try to define what will be the ideal referral system. We have one surprise announcement for you, and then we have a demo. So last one is going to be the long part, and everything else is going to be very short, very quick. Without creating that context, I think if we show the demo, it won't work. Okay, and how we decided that we need to do this webinar and why this particular topic is after speaking to a lot of our clients who are using SancheCRM, who are into mutual fund distribution. We came to know that referral is a big source of clients, but it is very, very, we can say, mismanaged or not managed. So once upon a time, what I want to share here is that, see, in initial days, the commissions were fantastic. There was no online direct to investor platforms. There was no Geo BlackRock announcements who were going directly to the investors. So you had a very good time. And then these people started to come. And along with that, the commissions have reduced, the competition has increased, and investors have got more options. So how do we deal with that? I think the biggest and strongest feature that any MFD can have is having referrals or having the direct relationship with the investors. So how do we take advantage of that? This is whole point of discussion here. So first of all, let us try to define what are referrals. So I know all of you know this because this is the topic of the webinar. But referrals means when someone, maybe your client or non-client, refers their friend or relative or known person to you, they are called referrals. And the person who is referring is ideally called the referrer. So as Javed Akhtar says, whenever you want to discuss or debate anything, first we should clarify the meaning of words. Because once we clarify the meaning of words, then everything becomes more clear. So I recently asked this question to many mutual fund distributors who are our clients and who are yet to be our clients. How do we identify a referrer? And the answer that I got very commonly was, sir ना वो पता चल जाता है. So I was like, नहीं ऐसा पता चल जाता है वो नहीं. We need to have a certain formula. Then from the discussion, what I recovered is there were two things which they particularly see. First is the client has to be very happy, very delighted with your services. The client has to have trust on you and your expertise. That is the condition number one. And condition number two is that client need to be very, very well connected in his network. In short, his phone book or her phone book should have many important names who can be your potential investors. So that is how we define the referrer. So next time when you meet somebody, just make sure that these are the two check boxes you mark yes. Now this is interesting. Truth is stranger than fiction. The original line is by Mr. Mark Twain. सत्य कल्पना से विचित्र होता है. This line is by Mr. Vijay Rajput Singh. He is the character of film called Aankhein 2002, played by Mr. Amitabh Bachchan. So we want to see how this truth is stranger than fiction. So these are kind of things that we know, but still we ignore or we don't focus on that. So let's understand what are these things where we know, but then we don't know. Okay. So first is all of us have been taught from our childhood that cow gives milk. Think again. Cow does not give milk. You have to do effort to get milk from the cow, right? You have to convince her. You maybe have to tie the cow and then you get the milk. So we are not telling you or recommending you to tie anyone, but you have to at least convince your referrers to give you referrals. So this is an interesting thing. At first, we might think that even non-clients can be our referrer. But then an interesting thing came up, and these are all points that I got from all of you. Okay. So you might or might not agree. I have full respect for whatever you feel or whatever the opinion you have. But one of the mutual fund distributors informed me that if a non-client refers somebody to him, he generally tells that person that first you become my client and then I will accept your friend. Okay, that's a very good way of getting two clients in one shot. So just give it a thought whether you want to accept referrals from a non-client. Yeah, if it's your friend or relative, then it might be okay, but otherwise you can think. Now, no one in the world better than you can understand that compounding works, and compounding always works. In case of referrals, compounding always works. So if you start today, in some time you will see that compounding effect is taking effect. And one more thing that we all know is referrals close faster than the leads that you might get from social media. So all those of you who are trying very hard on social media to get leads, I think the referrals will be better option. So social media can be good for spreading awareness or establishing your thought leadership, but business, I think referrals is the best. There is one more perspective or point of view shared by few of our clients, that should you always be asking referrals. कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि if you ask more for referrals, people might think कि आपका धंधा नहीं चल रहा है क्या? Why are you asking so many referrals? Are you not, your business is not running properly? So you have to take care this that you are not always asking referrals. This is very, I think we can say this is a common sense part, but we most of the time miss this. I think we always need to say thank you to the person who is giving us referrals, whether or not the referral is buying anything from you. Okay. So if that person becomes your client or no, always remember to say thank you in whatever way you want to say, but say thank you. I'm not telling you need to give gift or you need to do something else. I'm telling you need to say thank you. Now, interestingly, 65% of business of NJ is referrals. And I don't think this is a luck. This is result of a system, and system which we have been following for years. Now, most of you know NJ, but there are a lot of people today who might not be knowing NJ. So let me explain few things about NJ. So NJ is, the name comes from Narendra and Josna. These two people happen to be my mom and dad. So we have one company, three founders. So three of us, we are three brothers, and we founded this company. We have 7 different products. We are 26 years into this business. On last 15th of August, we completed 26 years. We are 118 team members as of now, and we have 300 plus partners across India for all these 7 products. And we have 5,000 plus customers and 45,000 plus users. And all this is happening from a village called Bhilad in Valsad district of Gujarat, which is on border of Gujarat and Maharashtra. Sorry. So let us understand what are the challenges in getting more referrals, or what are the challenges in designing and implementing the system for referrals. So first is, I have seen many people who are hesitant to ask. right? They might be providing good service. If their client gives referrals, they will take, and if they don't give, they will not even ask. Okay, so I think that's a bad idea. I don't think we need to hesitate to ask. We can obviously ask. Don't ask too much, but you can ask. Then there is no structured process, right? So there is no way to log or record the leads which are given by someone, or there is no way for follow up. And because you don't have way for follow up of the leads, there is obviously chance that you miss to say thank you to the referrals. Obviously, there is lack of tracking system, so you don't know which person gave how many referrals and what was the end result of that. So once you don't have any kind of tracking system, you don't know what's working and what's not working. So that is a very big problem. So everything is depending on chance or goodwill or luck. I don't think it need to be that way. We can change that. So clients even forget to give you referral when they are very satisfied. And by the way, there are some clients which I was told that who do not want to give referral. They will say, तू मेरे साथ धंधा करता है तो कर, मेरे किसी रिलेटिव में या मेरे दोस्त में मत जाना. So this is a personal preference of a client, and we need to respect that. Now, what should be the ideal referral system? Okay, so you already know how to get referrals. You are already very good at providing good services. You are already very good at doing the planning part or the goal planning or risk profiling. Everything you are already good at. You just need a good referral system which will help you to manage this referrals. So first is, whenever you get a lead, you need to have a mechanism where you can identify who was the referrer. Okay, now here one important thing comes is that if you know that person, the lead directly, then the referrer is yourself. The concept of self being a referrer is something new. It might sound to you, but it is very common and it is very useful to understand that. Another thing is, you will need to have a mechanism to analyze leads by referrers, means which referrer gave how many leads, what was the end result of those leads, how much AUM did you collect, or how much AUM did you make out of those leads given by those referrers. Then you need to have a mechanism to identify referrers of the existing clients. So let's say if you already have 1,000 clients, you need to have some mechanism to identify who gave you those references, right? And then you need to have a mechanism to analyze the clients given by the referrers. How many clients given by a referrer? What is the total AUM of that? When was that referral given? How long the client has been with you? All those things. Then you need to have a mechanism to do referrer analysis. Okay. So how many leads were given by somebody, or how many clients do you have who were referred by that person? So this is very important thing. If you get all these things, it will be very useful to you. And this is very important, recurring referrer activities. Now, once you have identified the people who are good referrers for you, you need to have some mechanism by which the system reminds you periodically, recurring in an automatic way, to connect to those people. Now, how do you connect? That is up to you. You may give a call, you may call them to some event, you may just go and meet them for a coffee, or send them some gift, whatever way you want to do it. But you need to have a recurring referrer activities. So which means ship manager wise. Okay. कहाँ से छूटा? Okay, so I think you all lost me when I was speaking about the last point. So I was telling that if you have a large team, so when you have so many relationship managers, you also need to have a system to analyze RM wise referrers and what is their result. Now we have a surprise announcement before we jump to the demo. We are arranging our next webinar on WhatsApp chatbot. that works for financial advisors. This event is going to happen on Friday, 26th September at 4:30 p.m. So this Friday, today we are having referral webinar, and next Friday we will be having this. Okay, the registration links will be sent to you from the same number of our WhatsApp. Okay. Yes. So just now we had that link in the chat also. If you want, you can just copy that link and save it for later. By the way, we will send you after this event also. So before we jump into the demo, let me explain you what is SancheCRM. So SancheCRM is a specifically designed CRM system for mutual fund distributors and financial advisors. So we have made sure that the challenges faced by mutual fund distributors are resolved by this CRM. So one more thing, most of the time people feel that when you say this is a software for mutual fund distributors, people think that we are talking of replacing your investment platforms like Investwell or Red Vision or Advisor Coach or Vijaya. Okay, no, it's not that. This system is complementary to that system. In that system, you manage investment of your client. In this system, you manage your client, and also you manage your team. So I'll hand over to Bhumi, and she will take you through the product demo, which will show you how all these things